Greetings and salutations.
Repent! All according to plan.
Welcome to Pathfinder Kingmaker. I am Lickdor. Okay. Not sure what that was all about. Yeah. Oh, okay, so the game saved before the crash at some point.
May we have a moment of respite?
Respite? Yeah, sure. We can rest. Rest is good.
In due time.
Yeah. Nice. Flaming Nunchaku. I doubt we'll find someone who use. Nah, we'll keep it. Crossbow, light crossbow, light crossbow. Okay. Long spear, short. Nah. Oh, these great clubs are worth fun. Oh, actually, might want to keep that. Okay, so you. Can't use any of that, okay. He does have a strength score. Hmm. Oh. Cure light wounds. Bolt lantern. You're not in our party right now, so I don't really care too much. Change shirt 4 is a wizard rogue, okay. Actually, let's see if I can copy that in my spellbook first. And then her. Okay. Alright, we'll get her rogue skills out next. Anna. World, I want those up. Perception's always good. Persuasion? Yeah. Get that. Iron guts. Skill focus, silver extra. Yeah, that's good. Master longbow. Point crossbow. I'm going to give you this. Lindsay, you get that. Okay. Branded mail. The only one that can really use it. You'll keep this. Give you a shield for now. Nothing I really want to give either one of these guys. Okay. Fire traps. Not really gonna use that. Not gonna really use this. All of this. keep this stuff right here. Need to keep diamond dust. Or pelt we can sell. Bloodstone. Okay. Ah. The gold trinkets. Quartz. Scabbard. Fine feather. Jade. Full. Quartz. Green. Chocolate. Artificial flower. Jasper. That thing. Pearl. Petrified egg. Smoking pipes. Sell 2 of that. Rusty horseshoe. Claw. Oh, inkwell. Turquoise. Berries. Okay. Alright, what do we want? Flaming light crossbow. Ooh. Characters we're not playing with. Bladed sword. Scimitar. Heavy shield +1. That's a possibility. Full plate +1. And armor class. Okay. And that's worse from you. No better than what you have right now, which is chain shirt +1 apparently. You are my secondary. Moment. 39, okay. Flaming Nunchaku. Flaming Nunchaku means we get a shield +1. I'm getting that. I gotta sell that. Okay. That's good. Alright. You? Get rid of that. Okay.
I can't. That is not far.
We could talk about these guys. Nah. Oh,
As it should be.
let's talk to this guy.
How may I serve you?
I really.
How may I serve you?
Huh?
Erastil be praised, you finally returned, my good friend. Tristan told me how you helped him at the Temple of the Elk. Thank you for heeding my request. My heart is calm and filled with confidence that I've followed the will of my God. I would like to reward your bravery. I possess no treasure, but please take this as a token of appreciation. As far as I know, your next target looks to be the Stag Lord himself. With the Temple of the Elk cleansed of evil, the fog surrounding us should disperse to reveal the path to the brute's lair. Of course, magic so powerful is unlikely to disappear all at once. Bide your time. Follow up on other concerns while you wait. I will gladly aid you on your noble quest. Erastil himself foresaw our meeting. I trust in their truth. These visions, they were the voice of Erastil himself, quiet but clear. Before all this happened, I believed Erastil had turned his back to me, but now I see clearly. He has shown me divine mercy, for he has led me to you and invited me to aid in a fellow priest's deliverance. Lady Sarenrae and Erastil walk the paths of the gods hand in hand, and so must their servants as well. Tristan is undoubtedly still very young, and youth is a time of naivete and confusion. But I see kindness and strength of spirit in him, traits indispensable to a priest. I sense that all that's transpired thus far is only the beginning, and the future promises great things for Tristan and for you. This is why Erastil led me to the Temple of the Elk. Day and night I pray for you and for my young friend. May the Stag God lead you down the true path. As you wish. That's why I'm here. As you wish. What exactly would you like to know? My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the Stag God in a realm torn by discord and strife. Rebellion and suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility and balance and guard them from hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish, foolish old Jod. My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life and service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the Stag God had shown me the way to redemption. Well, if you truly wish to know, I'll have to start from the long time back. Werewolves preyed upon the lands around my village. They murdered people for fun or sport and left the corpses to rot on the roads. One night, they broke into a young woman's house and dragged her into the streets. One evening, a traveler came to our tavern, tattered and dirty from days on the road, like so many others roaming Galt. He sat quietly in the corner of the tavern, drinking cheap ale, and in an instant, I knew he was a werewolf. I felt it in my soul. It was like Erastil himself had whispered it into my ear. Led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things. Whatever the case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying. Imagine how my mind raced when here in the Stolen Lands I heard the voice of the Stag God once again. He gave me another chance at service to atone for my guilt. Now I have regained hope, and that very hope is my most precious possession. For some, it is a land of freedom, where power belongs to the people, not to lords or kings. For others, it's a land of never-ending revolution, a realm surrendered to anarchy. It depends on who you ask. For me, I found Galt a violent place. Crowds eager to lynch a stranger for that accent or appearance, where a single word uttered at the wrong time or place can spark the people to riot and cities to burn. For me, it is a place inhabited by the frightened and the desperate, always suspicious, watchful of trickery. All too often they are deaf to the voice of reason. They cannot grasp that chaos and lawlessness lead only to yet more chaos and lawlessness. All my life I've tried to break through to these poor people, but alas, I don't seem to have made much progress. As you wish. Of course. It would be my pleasure. Erastil is one of the eldest gods of Golarion. His faith emerged when the first people appeared upon the land. Erastil helped our ancestors cultivate the land and hunt. Even now, his blessing lies with those who uphold the old traditions and keep to simpler ways, far from civilization and the noise of the city. Tell that to the peasant robbed of all he owns, spending his night in the gutter, hoping to live to see the sunrise. You won't see such things in a village. I'm glad to hear you agree. These days, many are deaf to the wisdom of generations. The word demand does not befit the Stag God. Honesty and friendship, loving families, merry weddings, and newborn children in their mother's arms, they bring a smile to Erastil's face. He loves his people and rewards them with fortunate hunts and plentiful harvests. But he has no temper for sloth and vanity. He never bestows gifts upon his faithful without first measuring their worthiness. We ourselves must win our daily bread, but the Stag God comes to our aid in times of need and strife. I see it more clearly every day. Erastil himself led me to meet you. Your keen spirit will serve you well. I am happy to help.
All right.
In due time.
Sortion. Bangberry moon radishes.
All according to plan.
I didn't get fangberries from him, right?
Follow my lead.
Thought I got fangberries.
In due time.
I'll travel back there and see if I can collect another set. No, I'll collect the set on my way back.